Hey everyone, I'm back to do another book review, or my first book review on this channel, and I am really excited to do this review for you guys. Because before I even show you the book, I'm going to say that this is one of my favorite books of all time. Today I'll be reviewing Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. And this book is so totally awesome! Basically, the book is about two people, both named Will Grayson. You have John Green's Will Grayson, who is really antisocial, and he lives by two rules: don't care and shut up. John Green's Will Grayson has a best friend named Tiny Cooper, who is the most epic character I've ever read in a book. I love Tiny Cooper. I'm actually going to read to you how John Green describes Tiny Cooper because it's the best way for me to let you know how he is. Tiny Cooper is not the world's gayest person, and he is not the world's largest person, but I believe he may be the world's largest person who is really gay, and also the world's gayest person who is really large. He also loves musicals and theater, and I mean, how can you go wrong with that? And Tiny Cooper is also doing a musical about his life, and that is one of my favorite parts in this book, but I won't go into that. I'll let you read the book for yourself, but that is just so amazing. He's such an awesome character, and I just love Tiny Cooper. You have to read the book for yourself, because he's just an amazing character. Then you have David Levithan's Will Grayson, who I did have a problem with at the beginning of the book, but later on I grew to like him because I gotta keep this in mind that he is struggling with depression, and he was a jerk in the beginning of the book, and that kind of bugged me at first, but then I realized, people struggling with depression would be jerk faces, so I got over that, and I actually ended up loving Will Grayson as well. David Levithan's Will Grayson, the one I was just talking about, is also, he's very antisocial also, and he doesn't really let anyone get into his life, he pushes people away, he doesn't really have that many friends, and he just is struggling with depression, and it's really sad, and he's such a great character, and I love the characters in this book. So the story really starts when the two Will Graysons meet, and that's when the story really picks up and gets amazing. I mean, it's good from the beginning, but after that point, it's just like, oh my god, so amazing. I read that much of this book yesterday. That's how much I love this book. This book is all about love, and I'm not just talking about, I love you and I love you too kind of love. There's also friendship love, loving yourself, loving your family, loving your partner or your spouse or anyone. It's all about love, and it's defining love, and what really is love? Is love, about commitment and about, liking each other and just what is love? This book does an amazing job at defining love, and it's just so wonderful. I love it so much. It's one of the best books I've ever read in my life. I cried 3 times, and I just love it. I could not put this book down. Please read this book. This book is so amazing. You will love it. I swear, this book is just so wonderful, and I love it so much. I also thank everyone who recommended this book, and I can't believe it took me so long to read this book because I love it so much. It's amazing. And yeah, it's a 5-star book if you couldn't tell. I love this book so much. So the book I'm going to be reading next is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan, because I love David Levithan's writing in Will Grayson. I forgot to talk about that. His writing is really different from most writers. He doesn't use capitalization for names or beginning of sentences. He doesn't use a lot of punctuation as well. He only uses periods and I think commas, and that's about it, or semicolons maybe. But he doesn't use quotation marks. It'll say like me, then whatever the character says, and then mom, and then whatever mom says, and then goes like that. And it's really easy to understand, and I love the writing style. It's so good, and so that's why I want to read this book, because I love David Levithan. He's an amazing writer. So I'll be reading that one soon. So I also went out today, and I got a couple of things, so a little mini book haul, but I also wanted to show you this movie that I got. I got it from my friend for Christmas. He gave me Repo the Genetic Opera, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love this movie so much. It's very underrated, but Yeah, it has a really small fan base, but I'm one of the fans. I'm one of the Repo fans. I love it. So, I love this movie. And then the one book that I got was Geektastic, Stories from the Nerd Herd, by a bunch of authors. There's John Green, David Levithan, Cassandra Clare, Sarah Zarr, and also Cassandra Clare. I said that. A lot of people. Just a lot of people. So I'm excited to read this. It's a bunch of stories about geeky and nerdy things. You know, there's band geeks in this book, there's Harry Potter nerds, there's Rocky Horror Picture Show nerds, there's book nerds and superhero nerds and all these other different types of nerds that are just awesome. So I'm really excited to read this because I love David Levithan's writing, so yeah. So that's all I have to say about Will Grayson, Will Grayson. I definitely recommend you all read it because it is amazing, and I will see you guys next time.